Hello everybody, so today we are making this kaftan boubou using a direct crack, and then it has this ashoki work and it has one patch pocket on the front piece, and you can see the details on the sleeve. It has this falling bands, two falling bands around the sleeve, right? That's what we are making today. I made a direct crack and piece of ashoki. Hi guys, my name is Fatima Ace. On this platform I share sewing tutorials. If this is something like learn, let's get to it. So like I said earlier, I made of my a direct crack. I bought the full one. You know they come in different yards. This one coming, I think it was not up to 5 yards. And we have 2 pieces of ashoki. Basically you just have to measure your full length times 2 plus your hemming allowance. That's when you're cutting out. That's how you cut out your ashoki. So when I opened up, I found out that the length was not long. As you can see, it's now up to my full length. My full length is 60. I had to turn it over using the width, right? So I just fold in. I measured my full length by 2, and I'm going to fold it. So I had to slit open the upper part, so I gave it 2 folds. So I have 4 layers. I had to slit the upper part because I'll be attaching my ashoki. If there was no ashoki, you might not need to slit the upper part. So after folding, I have 4 layers, and you give it 2 folds, right? I'm going to measure the full length. I need 60 plus allowance, about 2 inches allowance. So I should be working with 62 is going to be good, and that was what I got. The other side, a fully closed part, right? At the upper part, I'm going to mark my neckline measurement. So I made of 3.5 by 2, and that'll be for my back neckline. 3.5 wide and then 2 inches deep or depth. So you can make it of 1, you can make it of 1.5, 2, 2.5, depending on how deep you want your neckline to be, and the wideness also depends on what you want. So after that, I marked 6 inches downward. That will be for my front neckline. So the wideness will still be 3.5. and the depth will be 6. That's for the front, and then the wideness for the back is 3.5 and the depth is 2. So I will form my V neckline because my front neckline will be V. If you want to make use of round neckline, it's all good, you just mark it. Now for the sleeve length, I'm making use of 18. This I'll be adding band. I'll be adding extra bands. I decided to make use of 18, but you can just measure the length you are aiming at and then find a way to divide it so that you know which one you want, how long you want the bodies to be, and then the other bands you are adding. So downward of that, my 18, I marked 11. 11 will be for my sleeve opening. You can make use of 12, 13, 8, 9, no problem. But 11 is okay. After stitching, you should have 9 to 10. That will be good. I join the points together, and that 11, I extend the line inward. And on that line, I'm going to mark 16. I normally mark 16 for my boubou, and people do ask me why I need to be for all sizes. Like I always say, we have 16. After sewing, you should have 15, right? It's folded. When you open up, you should have 30 in front, 30 at the back, 60. So basically, if your client's bust is not up to 60, it's going to fit. If our hips is not up to 60, it's going to fit. But if our hips is more than 60 or our bust, our hip self should be able to know how to impute your measurement. But me, my hips is not more than 60. My hips is about 42, 43. So definitely this will fit. This is going to fit most sizes, unless people that have 60, more than 60 hips and bust like that. So basically that's what you need. I marked the 16. From that, my 11, right, I marked it downward with a straight line. Then I'll go ahead and cut out my round neckline first. Please, you cut out your round neckline first. That's for the back. Don't cut the V yet, unless you are making use of V neckline for both back and front. I'm going to cut the sleeve opening area, and then remember at the armpit part, you form a curve. You will not follow the straight line, you form a curve. After forming a curve, I'll just cut through those lines, and then I've cut out my piece. So you have your back and front piece cut out, your pattern cut out, right? So after that, I'm going to separate back from front carefully, and then you are going to cut your front neckline now. But if you're making use of same neckline, same dimensions for back and front, you can just cut all at once. But me, I'm making use of different types of neckline and different dimensions, right? So after cutting that, I'm going to separate it and show you what we have. So you have your round neckline for your back piece, and you have your V neckline for your front piece. So this is what we have. Looking so lovely, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and cut out interface for my neckline. What I'm going to use to turn my neckline. You can make use of bias, there is no problem. But I'll make use of the adire fabric. So I have to join some pieces together, and then I'll be cutting out. I'll fold and then cut out the amount I'm very sure it's going to be okay. I'm going to place my neckline on each, and then I'm going to trace out my neckline on that piece. After cutting, I can reduce the shape, the wideness, you just do the way you normally cut out your interface. You are good to go. After cutting out the interface, right, so this is me, I just had to trim the excess. I reduce the wideness and the length. I'm going to open up my piece front face, and I'll place that interface on it, the front face of the interface on the front face of your fabric. Then you stitch by 1/2 inch. After stitching, you notch where you're supposed to notch the angles, right, and then you turn it over, give it a good iron press. After giving a good iron press, I'm going to use my hemming tape. Your hemming tape will help you tape the interface to your fabric. Doing that, you can weave the edges, you can hem the edges. It's all good. Do any of that in this case. So use your hemming tape to tape it down. Just open up your interface and then you place your hemming tape underneath it, and then you put your iron on it and you're good to go. So I did that for both piece, back and front, and I have this out there looking so nice and so neat, right? Like I said, you can hem down the edges, you can weave them. It's all good. Of my front piece, that's where the design is, right? Cut out ashoke that I'm very sure the length will be okay for me. It's going to be same length as my I'm placing it just the top part from the beginning of my shoulder, neckline, sorry, from the beginning of my neckline downwards, and then I'll pin where it is necessary. You pin it down. I didn't see this style anywhere. I just had a thought about it and I was trying to work it out. So I'll stitch the two sides together to my adire fabric. So yours, you can tend to shift it from the neckline maybe by 3 inches or by 2, but I didn't shift mine from the neckline to us. From the neckline downward, stitch the sides, and I cut off the excess, right? These are the pieces left. We are managing yard. This is adire. I cut out 3 pieces. I thought about mixing colors. It's going to look so nice. I'm just going to cut out pieces that I know that the wideness and the length will be okay for me for my patch pockets. So you are going to stitch them front face facing front face by 1/2 inches, and when you turn them over, you give them a good press and you have something looking like this. Go ahead and measure the length and the wideness. I had 8 inches for the wideness and 8 inches for the length, which was okay for me. I'm going to cut out ashoke again. You all know you cut out your ashoke and then you fold it and then give it a good iron press. You should have about 3 inches. After doing that, so I'll just trim it off. I'm going to go over, fold it, and then use my iron to press it down, right? After pressing my iron, any face you want to come out, that is the face that you're going to make sure it faces your fabric, so that after stitching by 1/2 inches, when you turn it over, that face will be outside. I trim off the excess, then I'll go ahead and fold 1/2 inches by the sides and the down part. You just fold it in, use your iron will help you in this case. So I did that and I have it like this, right? Let's go over to my fabric again, the front face. From the shoulder, I'm going to mark from the shoulder down to 18. That's where my pocket is going to start from. You can use 17, 16 depending on your measurements, but I'm using 18, and inward of my fabric I'll mark 4. I always say 4 inches is not constant. 4 inches is your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. Your nipple to nipple span divided by 2 is 4. Mine is 4, so that's why I marked 4. So I place my pocket from that side, and I'm going to stitch the 3 sides of my pocket to the adire fabric. But before doing that, I'm going to place my ashoke underneath the pocket, just the way I'm doing underneath it. You place it the way you want to place it. Which side you want to be facing which side is based on your choice. So I did it in such a way that the 2 reds will be facing each other. If you can see from the 2 ashoke, right, they are facing each other. Stitch the 3 sides and also stitch the 2 sides of the ashoke to my adire fabric. So I did that. You should try to make use of a color that is similar to your ashoke and your adire, you understand. Trim off the excess. After trimming off the excess, we have this. So I'm going to go ahead and place my back piece on the front piece, and then I'll stitch the shoulder using 1/2 inches. Just join your shoulder area together and you stitch by 1/2 inches, straight stitch, and you are good to go. After doing that, this is what it looks like. I'm going to go over and turn it over to the right face. After turning it over to the right face, now I'm going to attach my band to the 2 sleeves. So my ashoke wasn't enough at this point. He exhausted almost everything. This is what I had left. I had to improvise. So I folded it, give it a good iron press, and I'm adding it at the end of my sleeve. So because I didn't have enough left, I had to just add the ashoke at one part of the sleeve. So you fold, place it, and then you stitch by 1/2 inches. You turn it over, you have this. So the other side, I had to make use of my adire for the band. But in case you want yours to be the ashoke, you know, you can make use of it. But I just cut out my address since I didn't have any ashoke left. But the wideness were the same, so that's what I was cross-checking here. So I'll be able to get the same wideness after stitching the band to my fabric, and I ended up doing that. So you just stitch and then you turn over, cut off the excess, give it a good iron press. Now we are going to join our bodies together. Just fold them like this, join the back and front together, and then your sleeve open, like I said, depend on your choice. You can make use of 8, 9, no problem. So you just stitch in that direction. So I'll show you what I stitched. So for the sleeve opening, I made use of 9.5 at the end. I just stitched the rest by the sides also. That was where I stitched. And then when I got to like 11 inches to the down part, I'll measure and show you. I think it was 11 inches. I left it unstitched. Sorry, it was 12 inches. I left it unstitched. That will be for my slits, right? So you top stitch when you're about to reach the 11, right? So I'm going to open it up and then fold in allowance like this. After folding it, I'll just run my stitch on that fold that I did. So this is how I do stitch my own slits. If you have another method you use, it's all good. You can use it. In this case, there is no problem, right? So I'll just fold in the sides. And I'm going to go back to my sewing machine and stitch, and I'll show you guys what it looks like after stitching, right? So you can see what I'm doing, right? Just watch my hand movement, you understand better how I stitched it. Good. So this was me after I stitched. You can see how I took my stitch up and then across. So I didn't stop, I took it across and then took it to the other side and I stitched. So that's how I stitched my slits. I did that for the two sides, right? Afterwards, I'll go back to my sewing machine and I'm going to hem the down part. You can actually do this slit and the hemming of the down part at the end of your sewing. There is no problem, but I'm just showing you mine now. So I'll just fold in a little bit and I'll hem. Cut out this band. I cut out a piece and I folded it and I stitched the sides and I turn it over, give it a good iron press. So two of it is 1 inch and then the other one is 2 inches. And I make use of 4 pieces, 2 for the left, 2 for the right part sleeve. So this is just me showing you how I form the band. Folding your fabric, stitch and then you turn it over and give it a good press. Stitching on the wrong face, then when you turn it over to the right face. The piece I cut out, like I said, 4 pieces. I join the 2 edges together of each piece, turn it over, give it a good iron press, right? So one is 2 inches and the other one is 1 inch, right? So after doing that for the 4 pieces, like I told you, stitch the 2 ends together and then turn it over. Then I'll go over to my sleeve area, open it up, give it a good press. And then when stitching your band, you need to make sure that your band length is same thing as your sleeve length. You understand the length, so it's not supposed to be longer, it needs to be equal. So my band length in this case was also 9.5 for both the 2 inches and the 1 inches, right? Used my needle and thread to unstitch the bands together. This 2 inches band, right? I used my needle to unstitch it to the body, the real band that is on the body. Don't mind my English, I know you understand what I'm trying to say. See that I'll unstitch my 1 inches band again to my 2 inches wide band. After doing that, I'm going to now unstitch part of the body of the 2 inches to the main band and part of the body of the 1 inches to the main band. I know you understand. When you watch and listen to what I'm saying, you are going to understand better, right? So I did that. So this was when I did the down part and I'm doing the body. Like I said, 2 inches, you stitch a part of it to the main band and then the 1 inches you stitch the part of it to the 2 inches band. I am doing that for both front and back, not only front, right? And you stitch in such a way that your stitches won't show. You can tend to use the same color or find a way to make it not to show. Find a way to make sure the stitches do not show. Did that for the 2 sides, that's the left and right? Same thing, stitch the down part and then stitch the bodies, part of the body of the 2 inches to the main band, 1 inches to the main band, to the 2 inches band, right? So guys, this is how the boo-boo looks on me. Yes, so what do you guys think about this? So I just imagined the style and I decided to give it a trial. You can see that and details, right? Those falling bands. I feel like they're like the main detail here, and then the ashoke work. That's like the main thing about this style. So guys, if this has been helpful, if you've learned one or two from this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, drop your comment, and also subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell. I always tell you, if you have any style you want me to try out, you can send it to me. I'm going to see to it by God's grace. So thank you all for watching. Bye.